Hello golfers, Bryan Pate here. I want to come to you with part 3 of the video concept that I had out that was let the club fall and toss it out. Part 2 talked about how we're catching the club that's falling and applying a little bit of up motion to get the club head speed to pick up on the way through the golf ball. But on this video I just want to talk about how the weight of the club, kind of the balance point of the club, wants to work with what we're trying to do on the grip. So you can see here, if I put my finger where this little black electrical tape is, that it balances the club head on that end and the grip on this end. So that's going to be the center of the mass, or the balance point of our golf club. Now if the club was suspended in space and I pulled down on the grip, you can see how the club starts wanting to go upwards and it wants to start following that force that I applied. If it was at a little bit of an angle this way and I pulled upwards on it, you can see how this little electrical tape is going to want to go up in space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a golf ball and some electrical tape just to make it easier to see in the video. And I'm going to tape this golf ball onto the shaft in that same balance point so we could talk about what the golf ball is doing relative to what we're doing to the grip. So there's the ball attached to our golf club. Now if I came over here and grabbed this alignment rod, if I take this golf club up to the top, and let's just say the golf ball's well behind my grip, and if I just relax my fingers, you can see how the weight of the club head wants to pull it down behind me. So now if I had something in this position, but I'm going to pull down to try to hit the golf ball, you can start seeing how the golf ball wants to stand up and start following the alignment rod into the ground. If I got a golf club that was way across, and maybe I pushed on the grip of the handle, you can see how the golf club or the golf ball wants to go back behind me and start following that direction. So our alignment rod is the concept of what direction are we applying force to the grip. If we have something out wide and we pull sharply down, you can see how the golf ball gets closer to me and starts wanting to follow that direction. So as we're at the top of the swing, we don't want to be trying to pull down sharply, because from down the line view, what we just saw is that club wants to get steeper. So if we get up to the top and we feel like there isn't a whole lot of force, like the club's falling, you can see how the shaft is falling in line because we're not trying to get the golf ball in line with that little quick pull from the top. If I have that little quick pull, you can see that lead wrist is starting to bend backwards, which starts to open up the club face. So once we're up at the top, and we feel like the club's falling, it might even have just a little feeling of a force going that direction away from me, which could be a little bit of how the rib cage is starting to unwind. It could also be from face on. If I had the club up in front of me, it could be like if I'm trying to pull a Q-tip out of my ear, that I could feel like my lead arm, trail arm are just getting a little bit longer in transition. That'll help keeping the club from shooting up quickly from the face-on view. So if I set up to this golf ball, nice little grip on there, and what we could do for awareness is show me a golf ball or the center of mass on the target side of the grip, and from there if I make a little motion, can I get the golf ball to swing behind me before I swing to the finish? Next one, can I get a golf ball way back behind the grip, and can I feel like I'm pulling down on it just to see how the golf ball gets taller and wants to follow the grip? Then can we go up to the top and feel like the grip and the golf ball are falling together? Then I could feel like I'm going to toss the club down the fairway. So the concept is, as you're watching yourself in the video, what's the club doing? Is the club getting taller quickly in the backswing? It could be a result of the club's too far behind us, or I'm trying to pull down quickly to create some speed, as opposed to letting gravity and time help this club fall before we create the speed with that concept of tossing the club, as opposed to trying to hit the golf ball. If I was trying to put the club face on the golf ball, I could pull down and then push out with my trail hand and really get that golf ball or the club head out going down and across. But again, up at the top, feel like the golf ball and the grip can fall together, and then can I turn to the finish. Now there is going to be a little bit of twist in the motion, getting that golf ball to work from maybe more on top of the shaft to a little bit more away from you, just to get that club face oriented correctly. Because if we just let the club fall and then feel like we're going to toss it, the club face could be open. So I just want to put that in there just so you have it. So I'm going to pull our golf ball off, going to make the rehearsal. Here's the backswing. Feels like the club's falling. Feels like that piece of tape is staying behind me. There's a little bit of speed to the finish. Here's my golf ball on the ground, and we're just going to let the golf ball get in the way of that motion. So hopefully this concept, the alignment rod for a visual of how we can apply force on the grip to get the club head to work in certain directions. If we see it going in a direction we don't want to see it go in, now we have some understanding of how to fix it, or maybe what might be going on with the hands on the grip. And if you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment down below or your question down below, and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching.